Another jiggered man. Signature walk. People with jiggers always stagger through life with their feet consumed in fire. Jiggers light a fire under your skin. You basically just give up as everybody resigns from a possibility that you will ever be fine, as you are judged by many, labeled with a curse or some misfortune that is beyond the normal. People will leave you to just stagger along to your grave. And God has been gracious to bring us over to these guys. He must be having a lot of them. I can see them from this great distance. He's about 10 meters away, but I can see a jigger there. Poor guy. So I published this on the two sites, raiseup.society.net and nothingness.org. Wewe ndio unaitwa nani bwana? Gilbert. Ulifanyaje ukashikwa na madudu hivi Gilbert?
Hata mimi kwa toka tu samba akakuja tu kama nakunja pale kuna kaja kunikatakatia pale.
Anasema alikuwa anatoka shambani akakuja mandugu zake wakakuja.
Nyumba yako ndio iko wapi Gilbert? So I think he is mentally disturbed, and jiggers seem to really afflict people. Of course, mental illness is a weakness. It means you cannot take care of yourself, and that is the weakness they'll exploit to just afflict you. My gosh, it's a madman. Oh my gosh. You would just rather be on the street than call this home. Goodness, I think this is where he lays. And every time, guys, I see these images, I can only tell that God has been gracious unto them. Because he trying to pass. In the first place, this door will just tear you, rip you, especially at night. You wouldn't come in here. It's too dangerous. Look at those sharp edges of this iron sheet. And that's all he has about claws. Is done. And this, that's everything he owns under heaven. And he basically doesn't have a house. Looking at the roof and the other side, when it rains, the water has just come down. And my goodness. And then I think he sleeps just next to the door. He comes home and then he lays there on those banana leaves. Those are the banana leaves. Maybe then he uses his clothes as a blanket to cover, his body, or maybe just sleeps, like without covering his body. And this is how bad the situation can get in this world. And we always need somebody to reach out and to help us when we are in this state. Unfortunately, sometimes human nature is very biased. We are selfish, and We just let people go through this. And then in the morning, let's go, good morning. And, they answer and say, good morning. How can you say good morning when you have been laying in a place like that? I'll say bad morning, because that is true. How are you? I'm fine. No, I'm not fine. I have jiggers. I'm not fine. I'm sorry. Okay. But life tells us that we should say, I'm fine. Good morning. Good morning. How are you? I'm fine. Which is a lie. It's not always true. And he has a neighbor, a brother, who has a lockable door. It's maybe just in my nature, because if I have this and you have that, I'll just not help it. I'll find myself intruding. Even if you don't want, you'll just come home and then I'll have put a door there. Maybe that is just me. But I would do something about this. But people just don't care. They can have lockable doors with padlocks there, and this piece is a curtain for privacy. I think to protect him from seeing when they are eating or something. It's just so that when the door is open, there is this little curtain to conceal the happenings in the house. And they know that he is there and he has nothing, guys, and they're still okay. I would be very disturbed to imagine that a neighbor of mine, maybe that is just me. And of course, he has a parent. It's a nicer house. This one is for the parents, I think. And I agree, I accept the fact that everybody locks their doors. It's called Israel, and I don't know what that means. And I'm not disputing the fact that we have poverty and everybody has their own issue. But that should never make us close our eyes and our ears and our hearts to the plight of others. What makes us humane and what makes us acceptable and happy in life is the fact that we recognize that the people around us need us. That makes life worth living. So we are going to be jigger digging him for the first time, and faster things fast. We begin with jiggers and then other things will follow shortly.